So the new Assassin's Creed game is out, and it seems like it's being pretty well received. Can't look at what user scores are for the game yet, but most of the chatter around the game does seem pretty positive. It has from an 81 to an 85 on Metacritic, so you can just run through the scores real quick. On PC, it's at an 85. On PlayStation 4, you have it in an 81. On Stadia, nothing. PlayStation 5 isn't out yet. 82 over on Xbox One, and on Xbox Series X, it's also sitting at an 85. So pretty good. It's pretty high actually on for a Metacritic game. It probably is a good game. Assassin's Creed, I've always been kind of mixed on. I didn't actually like these games until they became a little bit more open world. I didn't like the originals because they focused so much on the future. But I might check this one out. Maybe. Ubisoft has been doing some really cringy stuff with this game. They've really been bending over backwards to just please random people that are just mad about some of the strangest stuff. I don't quite get it. And if anything, it just makes me lose respect for you as a company because, in my opinion, the best way to handle these things is just to not say anything. Because then, you know, every time someone has like some weird nitpick, they're going to end up backing off or they're going to end up bending the knee and changing it. So they actually have went in and changed the game a little bit for a really strange reason. So DualShockers puts this out. Assassin's Creed Valhalla enemy backstory featuring ableist language prompts Ubisoft apology. There's going to be an update to remove this. One person with like 2,000 followers on Twitter complained about a game NPC character or a villain, I'm not sure. Her face has a bad burn on it, and the language literally is that the character is afraid anyone will see the burn and is afraid of that, and she takes out her fury with her fists on people. And that's pretty much it. But one person rose up to get upset about that, and Ubisoft comes right out and says, "Thank you so much for pointing this out. We apologize for unintentionally reinforcing ableism through this language. We will remove this language in an upcoming update." And you can see it right there. Horribly burned in a childhood accident. Euro4 Wine is terrified someone will see her disfigured face. She relieves her fury. She relieves her fury with bursts of violence. Okay, I'm pretty sure I probably brutalized the name of the character, but you get the point. You get the point. I don't. They've already done this. If you remember, I did a video on Assassin's Creed not that long ago, and how there's a hashtag that this group uses because they talk about like Xism in Assassin's Creed, and they put out some artwork. And they ended up putting it in this game as a tattoo, and everyone freaked out. Then there was the case where people are mad because you can actually select, you could select a guy. And then there was, of course, the Ubisoft like leaks where they talked about how, you know, originally the one game was only going to have a female character, but they ended up adding a male character, which I think is fine. I think it's perfect that this game you can pick. I actually like games where you can pick the main character like that. Mass Effect actually did it beautifully because it actually made Mass Effect, the trilogy, to play twice. I'm really looking forward to that game coming out. I actually prefer to play as the female Shepard. Maybe I think I'm in the minority in that one, but I did. I always put her in a relationship with that blue alien chick. But I don't have a problem with them having the two characters in there. I think that that's fine. But there was actually people upset about that, if you remember. So they're once again kind of bending the knee. The last time they did it was when they put that tattoo in there, and then it was funny because it wasn't enough and it wasn't going far enough. Like, I don't know if anyone's really latching onto this, but it's just funny to me. Like, Ubisoft, what are you doing? You could just, there's one person that was upset about this. One person with like 2,000 followers. And they put a whole statement out, and they're going to update the game. They're going to put resources into this. I'm telling you, people say, "Oh, don't listen to Twitter. Don't just ignore them." Like, no, they get a lot of power. They can actually get stuff done. Like one or two people. They complain, and Ubisoft will like rush out of a room and push people out of the way to get to that one person and say, oh, how can we make this better for you? Is there any possible thing we can do? You want us to update the game? You want us to put resources in it? You got it. You got it. It's just crazy to me. This really isn't that big of a deal. Is it a big deal? Like, who cares? And I want to point out, this is just a description in the game. I don't even think this is said. It's not even said. Man. And then there's a fun review over here by Rock, Paper, Shotgun. A little fun review by them. Talk about one of the great points of the game is that when you're raiding a village, right? If they happen to have Christian faith, you can run towards them and say, take out their savior and burn his house down. I'm guessing their church. I don't think they actually say that. The writer was saying that in their mind as they were running towards the church or the house or whatever. And the writer says, this is the energy a lot of people want right now. But I don't know how well that would play in Texas, though. Yeah, a lot of people want that, right? This is why video game journalism is a joke. Anyway, it's up to you. Like, it looks like a fun game. It's up to you if you want to pick it up. I don't know if I will. I'm mixed on Assassin's Creed video games, but I got to tell you, there's been so much cringe when it comes to this franchise that I just don't know if I'm that interested in it. When it comes to all the people whining about it, Ubisoft running out to make sure every single person that's upset about text in the game or whatever is happy. I just don't know if I feel like giving them any money. I don't know. I'll look in the comments. What do you guys think? Should I check it out? Should I let it go? Are you guys gonna check it out? Are you big fans? I'm looking forward to reading the comments on this one because I was thinking about picking it up and maybe streaming it, but I just don't know. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say, though. What are your thoughts on it? Also, if you would, please throw a like up, share the video, make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell, and I will see all of you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that, and subscribe if you're new.